Rated M for mature.
Don't let your kids watch it!
よ皆さんまだ生きてる
Kimiyoshi was hanging from the collar with his head turned up to the ceiling. He didn't even move when I walked in. Maybe he's already dead. Satoko was lying on a cross-shaped restraining table. She glared at me with red and swollen eyes, which must have been that way from crying. I don't like where this scene is gonna go. I'd wanted to put her on that special restraining table to pound nails into her hands, but Satoko was too small for that. I walked up to Kimiyoshi and poked his body with my toe. There was no response.
君吉のおじいちゃん死んだ人殺し
Yep.
人殺し
Maybe Satoko had witnessed Kimiyoshi's last moments. I took a thick knife from the wall and stabbed Kimiyoshi with it. There was no response.
君吉のおじいちゃん生きてるなら正直に生きてるって言ってくださいよ死体のふりして逃げ出そうなんて通用しないから
I walked over to the pulley that was suspending Kimiyoshi.
最終通告生きてる
I don't think he is.
生きてるなら返事してね
I paused for just a moment, then turned the pulley. Kimiyoshi's body swayed strangely in the air. It looked much more like a corpse like that.
どうしてこんなことをするんですのシオンさん
Oh, she's gonna be. You don't call me Shion, I'm here!
ああなるほど
The door to the huge cave was still open. I bet Satoko had talked to the one in the cell while I was gone. That's why she knows my name. Although that's not actually my name at all.
シオンじゃなくて私が本当のミオンあんたたちがミオンだと思ってた方がシオンまあややこしいだろうから理解しなくて結構
Yeah, that seems needlessly confusing, actually. Not quite to Kingdom Hearts level, but...
よくもみんなをリカを
I'm not even gonna correct you that Rika killed herself. Shion effectively did kill Rika. I had allowed Satoko to watch me take care of Rika's body. Of course I let her see Rika's neck, too.
フルでリカは自業自得あいつは私を殺しに来たんだよ返り討ちにしたのさ
You deserved it. You're a murderer.
そんなことあるわけありませんわリカがそんなことするわけない
信じないならそれでもいいよ
If Shion was such a cartoony villain, it wouldn't be that impactful. Yeah, but I still hate her.
あんたにはどうでもいいことだし
私をどうするつもりなんですの
殺す
Satoko's eyes went wide. She was expecting my answer, I'm sure, but she still looked shocked. I bet she didn't expect me to state it so openly. I heard the noise of something hitting iron bars echoing in the huge cave. Shion's voice echoed in there as well.
やめておねサトコを殺さないで
I answered her clearly.
今頃罪が分かったかいあんたはそれをサトシ君の時にしなかった
So I think the moral of the story is never build an underground torture bunker in your house. Because some nutcase is going to get control of it.
だからサトシ君は虫けらのように殺されてしまったんだあんたはサトシ君を救える100億の瞬間を見捨てた見殺した
Mion, the one in the cell. If I change it to the original art style, can you use the gun you have in that art style to just shoot Shion in the face? I would really like that. I would really like that. I don't think that's gonna actually happen, though.
そうさそれがあんたの罪なのさ
Before even finishing my sentence, I grabbed Satoko's right arm. Her blood started to flow out. This was nothing compared to what happened to Rika Furide. I twisted the knife into Satoko's arm. She bit down hard, crying, Ow! Oh no. This is gonna be hard to get through.
私はどうなってもいいからサトコを許してあげて
Why couldn't you say that for Satoshi-kun? I hate you so much. Oh man. Ugh. You haters who, when you say you love Shion, you love the writing of her character, that your feelings on her changes as much as hers does. Okay, here's the thing though. If you're gonna say that you love, if you want to say that Shion is a well-written character, okay, that's an argument. But if you say you love Shion, I'm assuming that that means you like her character and be like, oh, yeah, she's likable. Like, no, not even a little. Yeah, well, it's too late now. I was the one screaming like you back then. But no matter how loudly I screamed, it never reached them, spared them, or saved him. I want you to go for the same thing I did. I stabbed Satoko's arm repeatedly, but the knife kept hitting her bone. It didn't feel like I was cutting any of her flesh. It's Dane, okay, her voice actress is incredible. But it's weird that Mion is screaming far more and Satoko is just like, ouch, ow, oh, that's mildly inconveniently painful. Maybe it's just like guttural instinct, but Satoko's not really screaming.
よーし、シオン。じゃあこうしよう。サトコの助け方を教えてあげよう。
You love Shion, but you have the benefit of having experienced all the arcs. Okay, maybe I'll hold off on my judgment until all the arcs are done, but at least at this point, I really don't see any possible way I could ever like Shion. Like, truly, I don't think I will ever feel bad for her, ever, after what she's doing here.
あんたはこれから1000回ごめんなさいって言うんだよ。言い終わったらサトコを解放する。どう？私は嘘をつかないよ。あんたが1000数えたら絶対に約束を守る。
Yes, you do. Like, almost everything you've said in the last, like, 5 hours of gameplay has been a lie.
あんたがけじめをつけたってことをちゃんと理解してね。さあ、どうするの？ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい。
Shion started to apologize like a broken record. She's so stupid and honest. She's not even thinking of cheating. I bet Shion really will count to 1,000. I stabbed Satoko in the wrist. There, I felt something hard. I guess I either crushed her bone or scraped it. It must have been extremely painful for her. Satoko screamed. You're the worst! No, you are evil. Shion's voice got louder as if trying to overpower that scream.
泣くのはあんたの1000倍特許だね。泣けばニーニーが来てくれる？ニーニーがかけてきて私を跳ね飛ばしてあんたを助けてくれるのかな？
Shion is insane enough that if Satoshi actually burst through the door and is like, you evil person, like, brother my sister down, she would be like, you're not the real Satoshi. He would never say anything nice to his sister and kill him too. Like, she's completely gone. The knife was still in Satoko's wrist. I slid it towards her elbow.
Satoko? 私の声が聞こえる？
I don't want to play this game anymore.
聞いてる？聞けよこら！
I've slapped her face several times and made her look at me.
あんたは自分の罪が分かってる？
Nothing.
あんたの存在がどれほどにサトシ君を追い詰めていたか知っている？ニーニー！ニーニー！そう。あんたはニーニーって泣けばよかった。泣きさえすればいつもサトシ君がかばってくれた。
I can't believe I'm saying this. Bring back the uncle.
でもね、サトシ君の負担ってものを考えたことがある？サトシ君はね、あんたのヒーローでなければ不死身でもない。あんたと同じね。傷つけば血も流れ、痛めばうめく、全く同じ人間なの。あんたの代わりに矢面に立ってくれたサトシ君の痛みをあんたは理解していたの？してない。しようとさえしなかった。あんたはサトシ君に甘えてた。サトシ君に寄生していた。そうさ、サトシ君が傷ついて流すその血を舐めてお前は生きてきたのさ。そんな呪われた身でありながらこの後に及んでまだサトシ君の名を呼ぶのか？
Would the uncle care? No. But Satoko is actually better off with her uncle than with Shion. Also, the uncle could run Shion over with his motorbike.
あんたはその罪を今から償うのさ。私の手によってね。
The uncle would probably take out the popcorn to watch. Hey, Toasty. How's it going? The uncle would probably not crucify Satoko. Yeah.
好きなだけ泣き叫べばいい。
He's a terrible person, but he's not, like, strapping her to a torture chamber and, torturing her.
そしていくら泣いてもサトシ君が助けに来てくれないことを知るがいい。そう、お前が追い詰めた、お前がいなくした、お前がサトシ君を殺してしまったんだ。
Ha! 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 After telling her all I'd been wanting to, I exhaled roughly.
どうしたよ。右腕はもう感覚がない。じゃあ左腕にするか。
I stabbed her left arm repeatedly and let the blood flow out. But Satoko's reactions weren't fun anymore. She didn't cry or scream like she did before. That put me in a bad mood, so I stabbed the back of her left hand and twisted the knife again. But Satoko still just moaned. She didn't scream anymore.
どうしたの？叫ぶと私を喜ばすと思って、せめて悲鳴を絞って抵抗ってわ
See,
け。
this is how you know she's just absolutely vile and evil. She as actively like, I want to hear you scream while you're doing this. Like,
そりゃいいや。
Satoko was unfazed by my mad laughter. She looked at me with gritted teeth and resignation.
ええ、私もそう思ってましたのよ。
は？
私がニーニーを追い詰めたからいなくなってしまった。
No, I don't think that's the case. I think there's something else going on.
ニーニーがいなくなったその日にもう気づいてましたのよ。私が甘えていたニーニーのすねをかじり続けてしまった。ニーニーも辛かったはずなのに、
I don't
私はニーニーにすがることをやめられなかった。
I do not believe that a girl as young as Satoko who's going through this torture would be able to speak this coherently on a topic like this.
その点につきましては、あなたの言う通りですわ。弁解の余地なんてありませんでしたよ。
Satoko didn't sound as if she were mocking me or trying to please me. She spoke so naturally.
ちょっと意外だね。あんたが自分の罪に自覚があったとはね。
ニーニーはきっと帰ってきてくれる。いつかきっと帰ってくるんですの。でもね、帰ってきたら私もう一人前になっているところを見せるんですのよ。私もうニーニーに甘えない。背中に隠れたりしない。しっかりした一人前になったことを教えてあげるんですの。
帰ってきたらいいね。帰ってきたら。
I stabbed Satoko's arm in a mad frenzy, but she still didn't scream. She bit down tightly and swallowed her pain instead.
ニーニーはきっと帰ってきてくれますの。絶対に。それまで待ってるんですのよ。そしてニーニーに今まで甘えてきて本当にごめんなさいって謝るんですの。
Maybe Shion's imagining this because she has a conscience? I don't think she has a conscience anymore.
それまで負けるものか負けるものか。もう私は絶対にニーニーに甘えたりしないの。どんな苦難にもニーニーの助けを呼ばない。呼ばない。泣かない。叫ばない。泣いたらニーニーが来てしまう。だから私は一人で耐えてみせるんですのよ。
If Satoko acted more like an actual child being tortured, you probably couldn't watch it, to be honest. I mean, it's pretty hard to watch anyways, but point taken.
上等抜かすな小娘が。
私をいじめて楽しいならいくらでもお楽しみ遊ばせ。でもね、それで私がニーニーに助けを求めたりするのを期待しているんでしたらお気の毒ですわね。私は泣かないんだから、絶対に。
And Satoko wins.
疑うなら好きなだけ試してみろ。ニーニーは見ててくれる。私が本当に我慢強くなって一人前になったことを見ててくれる。私が泣き虫じゃなくなったことを見ていてくれる。
I know this turns into like chapter 2, So it's not gonna happen, but man, imagine if Satoshi showed up and just, like, shot Shion right in the face as she watched it happen. As the ultimate sign of, like, yep, you're the worst.
それをニーニーが見届けてくれたとき、きっとニーニーは帰ってきてくれるんですのよ。さあ、いくらでも試してみろ。私は泣かない。涙も見せない。北条聡子がどれほどの強さを持つか、試してみろ。
Shit, shit, shit! I'll show her! Take that and that and that!
ニーニー、見てますわよね。聡子はこんなにも我慢強くなったんですのよ。もう何が起こってもへこたれませんの。こんなことこの程度で、こんなくらいで、私は泣かない。助けを呼ばない。耐えられる。耐えてみせる。ニーニーが私に代わって傷ついてくれた痛みには
This is definitely a lot worse than what he had to go through for
は
you,
るか
but
に及ばないんだから。
inspiring Satoko. Shit, shit, shit! Why doesn't she feel the pain? Doesn't it hurt? You probably cut off her pain receptors at this point. There's no way it doesn't! I've been stabbing her so much and the knife went in so deep. Her blood was poured to the ground and I've been turning her flesh inside out. How can she still talk that way? Why doesn't she cry and scream? See, this is, yeah, she's literally intentionally trying to make her scream. She's the absolute worst, she is the most evil character in this story. After Satoko said what she wanted to say, she shut her mouth. She didn't say a word after that. No matter how much I stabbed her, twisted the knife, tore at her, and ripped out her flesh, she didn't even make a sound. What in the world is this? This isn't the Satoko I know. Satoko was never as strong as this. If Satoko was this strong, she wouldn't have been a burden to Satoshi-kun. Why wasn't she as strong before? It's too late. Everything is too late. This idiot's maturity came far too late. Her blood made my hands slippery and I dropped the knife. Oh, did you drop it on your foot? I hope so. I was covered in blood from head to toe. Satoko was still enduring the pain. She was enduring this cruelty so she could display her strength. I couldn't defeat Satoko. I couldn't crush her strength. Satoko had achieved her goal. She had become independent, so she didn't need Satoshi-kun anymore. She still believes Satoshi-kun will come back one day. She looks forward to a day when she can show her brother how strong she had become. But Satoshi-kun hasn't seen any of that. Instead, I, who never even thought that Satoshi-kun would come back, as the one who witnessed her strength. What was I thinking? I thought Satoshi-kun was dead. No, I assumed he was. Why did I? I never even thought of waiting for him. I didn't believe that he would come back. I didn't wait. I tried to avenge him. But I guess what I really did was forget about him. Satoko is different. She never even thought he was dead. No, maybe she did a little. But even so, she waited. She waited for a day when she would show him how much she had grown. She'd waited patiently. What about me? I didn't do anything. I wanted to forget about my sadness, so I tried to find my enemy. I became a demon, using revenge as an excuse so that I didn't have to think like a human. Even if that's the case, you're going way too far with the revenge. If you actually wanted, like, vengeance and justice, you would not have gone about it in this way. You're contradicting yourself, Shion. You wanted her to stand up for herself when she finally does. You're like, why are you not weak? Yes, she's the worst! She cannot ever be happy. Literally. She's addicted to misery, and she uses every possible justification to blame everything except herself. I lost. I couldn't endure the pain of waiting for Satoshi-kun, so I chose to become a demon. In other words, I got rid of my soul, and that soul that loved Satoshi-kun. In other words, I got rid of Satoshi-kun himself. Satoko won. While she had been gritting her teeth before, her mouth had gone slack. Her eyelids were half shut, but I could see her eyes a little. They looked like she was dreaming about something happy. Satoshi-kun was there in her eyes. Satoko endured until Satoshi-kun came for her. Satoko ran up to Satoshi-kun. Oh, these poor two. They deserved a lot better. She jumped onto him. Satoshi-kun hugged her, and they spun around. You can cry now. Satoshi-kun told Satoko that, and she cried very hard. Satoshi-kun rubbed her head so gently. We'll be together forever, he said, and continued to rub her head so gently, so gently. Satoshi-kun, I was waiting for you too. What meaningless words. He was already dead inside of me. I never believed I'd know a reunion. How pitiful of me to say that, just because I saw Satoko and Satoshi-kun together again. As Satoshi-kun hugged Satoko, his eyes met mine. Shion. Satoshi-kun said, I asked you a favor. What favor? He told you to look after Satoko, and then you tortured her and murdered her instead. He is very disappointed in you. I tried to remember. What kind of favor did Satoshi-kun ask me? Satoshi-kun looked at me so sadly, because I couldn't remember. Yeah, I'm just saying, if I have a little sister, if I knew somebody who I cared about had tortured and killed my sister, I would not be looking at them sadly. I would not be looking at them for very long. They would not be looking at me for very long. They would not be able to look for very long. Enough said. That sad look tore my heart to shreds. Yes, poor you. You are the victim in all this. Nobody else, right? The blood flowing out from me wasn't as pretty as Satoko's blood. My blood was a slimy liquid, like vomit with filthy chunks of food in it. You said it, not me. That was what filled my body.
たたりだろうと、この村の何者かの陰謀だろうと、僕は絶対に消えない。消されない。
消えないよ、サトシ君は。
消えないよ、サトコに。あのぬいぐるみを買ってやるまではね。
Will do, Shirley. I will make sure I tell her I love her.
もうすぐお給料がもらえることになってる。その日までは絶対に消えない。
Huh? A memory of the past. But when? Of course. This is a memory of the day before last year's Watanagashi. Satoshi-kun called me on the phone then.
あ、おばさんが帰ってきたからもう切るよ。
うん。
ミオン。
何？
His aunt was home, so I'm sure he wanted to hang up as quickly as possible. Satoshi-kun paused and spoke.
サトコのこと頼むからね。
Oh, when you said I leave Satoko to you, I thought you meant you'll leave, her death in my hands. I didn't realize you wanted me to be your friend. My knees and elbows started to shake. My teeth chattering and my fingers were shivering. Satoshi-kun asked me to... Oh, boo! Boo! No, do not even try to make me feel bad for you. It won't work, you disgusting human being. What have I done? I couldn't wait for Satoshi-kun to come back, so I filled myself with evil thoughts and acted as I pleased. Yes, you did, and you chose to do that, and you had no regrets at all. I didn't believe he'd ever return. I even forgot about Satoshi-kun's last request. How can I say I love him? You don't. I just wanted to forget about my feelings of loss, so I made myself all bloody. How can I welcome him back now? You're not ever gonna welcome him back. You kidding me? I didn't believe Satoshi-kun would come back. I didn't believe Satoshi-kun was alive. I didn't think he was alive, so I thought he was dead. I believed in his death. I killed him in myself. Nobody else did. I did that. But Satoko believed until the very end, and she was rewarded in her final moments. Satoko wasn't here anymore. She had no more need for her bloody, painful shell. But I'm still here, trapped in my bloody, tainted flesh. I'm going to rot inside of it. Satoshi-kun was waiting for both Satoko and me. No, he wasn't waiting for you at all. You crazy bee. But to be reunited with Satoshi-kun, we had to keep our promises. Satoko's promise was to be strong. Satoko kept that promise until the bitter end, and Satoshi-kun embraced her. My promise was to take care of Satoko for Satoshi-kun. I never kept the promise from the beginning. Therefore, Satoshi-kun will never embrace me. That's the least of your problems, Shion. Yeah, I'm still calling her Shion. She deserved it. Even if I were to rub Satoko's wounds and ask her if they hurt, that wouldn't mean anything. That was when I felt something behind me. It wasn't Satoshi-kun or the thing that scared me before. I didn't know who it was. But it was right there, criticizing me for my mistakes. She's talking about me! She's talking about me! I'm the one behind her criticizing her for her mistakes. Yes! You deserve it, then. I finally realized it. That Thane is me. I had always been there, standing behind myself and watching me break that promise. Satoshi-kun asked me to take care of Satoko, yet I didn't keep that promise. I'd been watching that happen. Yeah, you were too busy with your imaginary boyfriend and trying to kill everybody. I cried and gave up on myself. Wait, Satoshi-kun gave up on me, and I gave up on myself. What will happen to me now? I don't want to be in this darkness. I don't want to be all bloody. Then you shouldn't have tortured people! Please don't leave me. If I give up on myself, what will happen to my body? There will be nothing left. The only thing I'll have left is an evil demon. Oh, I get it. I've known it for a long time now. I am nothing but a demon. Nope, just a terrible human. A demon doesn't feel sad. A demon's heart can never be in pain. A demon doesn't cry. Shion was still apologizing. She believed that this was the only way for her to save Satoko. Her voice was growing hoarse and weak.
シオンもう数えなくていいよご苦労さん
I guess she realized what happened to Satoko. Shion cried in her cell. Yep, time to kill Keiichi for no reason now.
鬼ってのも悪くないね。人が泣いたり叫んだりするのを見るのがこんなにも楽しいものだなんて知らなかったよ。
Yeah, your outer words are completely at contradiction with what you're trying to convince us that you're feeling inside.
私も人の世ってやつを十分に楽しませてもらったからね。
Yeah, I'll say it. I will never feel bad for Shion again. Ever. Anytime in any future chapter the game tries to make me feel bad for Shion, I'm just gonna say, you crucified a 10-year-old abuse victim. That's it! That's all you have to do! That is literally what she just did. That trumps everything. I don't care how sad her backstory is. I don't care what she goes through. You crucified a 10-year-old abuse victim. You're the actual worst.
そのうち自らの命を絶って鬼の国へ帰らせてもらうよ。でも安心しな。その前にちゃんとあんたは殺していく。
My theory, Shirley, as to why she can't kill Keiichi or why she's hesitant is she's gonna start seeing him as Satoshi. That's what I think is gonna happen.
あんたを殺すために今があるんだもの。私はそのためにいる。人を嘆かせて泣き声をすするのが私の鬼の優越だもんね。そうだ。あんたはケイちゃんが好きだったね。よし。あんたの前でケイちゃんを引き裂いてあげるよ。
She's literally just doing it because she hates Mion that much.
これは極めつきだね。その後にあんたを殺し、私も殺そう。そうさ。鬼ヶ淵村は鬼の村。かつて鬼ヶ淵より湧き出した鬼が村を襲った伝承のある村。私もまた伝承の鬼たちのように猛威を振るい、そしてお社様の裁きを待とう。
I now am starting to think that what happened at the end of chapter 3 is that Shion poisoned the water supply and killed everybody.
それ
Just for funsies.
ひなみ沢村にふさわしい災禍と言えるだろうね。
Cheerleader, you just said it. Did she faint?
あ、ケイちゃんですか？
Yeah, and look at that. Instant switch. Boom. Now she's like, oh, I'm so worried now.
私です。シオンです。
Now this is the phone call of crazy.
電話、なかなか出なかったんで、お留守かと思って切ろうとしてたんですよ。
ごめん。
Because Keiichi's gonna deduce it all now.
ちょっとお風呂に入っててさ。
それでも、ご家族の方が電話を取りませんか？ひょっとして、ケイちゃんの家、今ご両親はお留守なんですか？
Don't tell her that.
いや別に留守ってわけじゃ。そんなことより聞いたか？リカちゃんとサトコの件。
いいえ。結局あの後どうなったんですか？見つかったんですか？
見つからなかった。
ケイちゃん、どうか気を落とさないで。
リカちゃんとサトコはさらわれたんだよな。
はい、それは間違いないでしょうね。
リカちゃんとサトコは。いや、ごめん。村長さんは。
Best liar ever. Keiichi, yep.
どうなったと思う？まだ生きてるんだろうか？
Keiichi sounded confused. He wanted to believe Satoko and Riko were still alive, which is why he was asking. Keiichi was just like Satoko. Unless the culprit was after money, the abductee would usually get killed right away. I'd never assumed they'd still be alive. But Keiichi was trying to hold on to a little hope. I could feel his strength. It was much greater than mine. I am a demon, so I didn't come up with an excuse.
殺されちゃったんだと思います。
おいおい、そんなにあっさり。
人間をさらってその状態を維持するのってとても大変なことだと思います。人質にするんでもない限り、用が済んだら殺しちゃうのが一番合理的じゃないかと。
殺しちゃうって、そんなにあっさり。人の命を何だと思ってやがるんだ。
恐ろしいことだとは思いますが、多分そうではないかと。
村長が殺されたということは、リカちゃんやサトコも同じように殺されたかもしれないということなのか。いや、そんなはずは。どっかのじじいとはわけが違うぞ。リカちゃんだぞ、サトコだぞ。そんなにあっさりと殺すはずは。
Keiichi was still refusing to believe what I said. He fought so hard because he didn't want to kill his friends within him. I wasn't like that. I killed Satoshi-kun within me so easily. I blamed Shion for not protecting Satoshi-kun, but I killed him so easily.
リカちゃんとサトコちゃんも同じだと思った方がいいでしょうね。
Great screaming, Keiichi. A+. We're in an anime after all. Keiichi roared and cried. It was like their deaths were physically agonizing to him. It's almost like he's not a sociopath like some other people. I know! He was just used as a pawn for all of Chapter 2. It's horrible. He's still the biggest idiot on planet Earth in Chapter 2, but, you know, I feel bad for him.
ええ、全くです。悪魔ですよね。
I laughed at myself. I was sure Keiichi didn't notice.
なあ、シオ、教えてくれ。どうしてこのひなみ沢では綿流しの夜に人が死ななければならないことになってしまったんだ。
Chapter 1, he was kind of bait for Issei. Yeah, kind of. Issei was definitely using him to try to get to the bottom of things. Chapter 3, well, you know, I'm gonna be frank, I really don't know what the heck happened in Chapter 3, because the ending just basically said, oh, by the way, nothing what we said happened actually happened. So, I don't really know what to make of that.
それは私が知りたいです。
もうダム計画との戦いは終わったんだぞ。なのに、どうしてまだたたり足りないんだ。どうしてだよ。どうして。理由があるなら言ってみろよ。
ケイちゃんの気持ち、私もよくわかります。ダム闘争はとっくの昔に終わったんです。なのに毎年、お社様のたたりという名の殺人と失踪が繰り返されている。なぜ？どうしてなんですか？全然関係ない人もいた。たたられるのに不相応な人だっていたのに、どうして？どうして？
それを俺が聞いてるんだ。
それを私だって知りたいんですよ。
Of course. The curse of Oyashiro-sama never existed. It was just a bizarre environment that allowed people to kill in the name of Oyashiro-sama. The environment and nothing more. Nothing would have happened unless there were demons who danced within it.
いいですか？お社様のたたりなんて非現実的なものは初めから存在しません。ケイちゃんの言う通り、村の何者かがお社様のたたりというもっともらしい大義名分を利用して綿流しのたびに殺しと失踪を繰り返しているんです。
No, but here's the thing. In Chapter 3, Keiichi killed a guy with a baseball bat. Very clearly. We spent multiple episodes focused on that. But then at the end, it's like, by the way, he didn't actually kill him. Because, like, Satoko was like, my uncle is still at my house, and he's still being a prick. And, like, at the end, where it was, like, basically listing all the people who died, it listed Teppei as dying on the same day that Satoko did for, like, the weird gas, like, leak, massive disaster thing. But so like, what happened when Keiichi killed him? What's going on with that? And also, it doesn't make sense that like the toxic gas leaked from the swamp and killed everyone but Keiichi when Keiichi was right next to the swamp when it leaked out. Like, I literally don't know what happened at the end of chapter 3 because it didn't make sense.
奴らは狡猾でした。たたりを都合よく利用して村の旧敵を毎年2人ずつ消し去るシステムを構築していったんです。そしてこのシステムで今年は高野さんたちが殺された。
じゃあ2人で十分じゃねえかよ。どうして村長やリカちゃんや貞子まで殺されなくちゃならないんだよ。それに俺は過去のことは今さらどうでもいいんだ。リカちゃんと貞子がなぜ殺されなくちゃならなかったのか、その一点にしか興味はないんだ。どうしてなんだ。貞子には打ち明けですらないんだぞ。
How do we still have so much of the chapter left? We've only gotten one tip section and we're 2 hours and almost 30 minutes into the stream.
どうして貞子ま
We
で。
have 4 more after the next one.
どうしてなんだ。
How much more plot can possibly happen? Satoshi-kun was speaking through Keiichi's mouth. How could I respond? Yeah, see, she's gonna start picturing me as Satoshi. I didn't know what to say. I could only feel myself being stabbed by the sharpness of those words.
ケイちゃん、もう
Oh! F you!
私だって何が何だかわからないんです。西宮殿に忍び込んだあの晩から全てが変わってしまった。あの晩、高野さんたちが死んだと聞き耳を疑いました。そしてすぐに気づいたんです。今度は自分が狙われる立場になったんだって。忍び込んだのは私たち4人。私とケイちゃんだけが都合よく許してもらえるわけがない。そう思った時、それがどれだけ心細くて恐ろしいことだったか、ケイちゃんにはわかりますよね。だから私、君吉のおじいちゃんに打ち明けたんです。君吉のおじいちゃん、そしてにっこり笑って、
Why has Kasai
シオン
not
ちゃんが
reached
ちゃ
out
ん
and
と
been
反
like,
省
where
し
the
て
heck
るな
is
ら
Shion?
鬼隠しになんかなるものか
Why
って。
hasn't she returned to her apartment?
本当に笑いながら任せなさいって。
Well, so where are mom and dad in all of this? Bad parenting. I remembered Uncle Kimiyoshi speaking ill of Satoshi-kun. I killed him, but everyone in Hinamizawa did that. I wasn't the only one at fault.
いつ
Look at this.
村
Look
長
at
に打
this.
ち明けたんだよ。
Absolutely disgusting.
ごめんな、シオン。悲しい気持ちのところに追い打ちをかけるようで。シオンは打ち明けたんだよな。君吉のおじいちゃん、つまり村長に。
はい。
いつ打ち明けたんだよ。
Yeah.
え、
Keiichi's tone was becoming sharper. The edge was cruel, but it was a sharp conviction. It wasn't a dull edge that caused excessive pain. It had a clean, pleasant sharpness to it.
村長さんは重い痔を患ってて病院にかかっていたという話は知ってるか。
ケイちゃん、それが何か。
答えてくれ。知らないなら知らないと答えればいい。
痔だったのは知ってます。座る時とか辛そうでしたから。
That's why I made him stand on his tiptoes.
病院に通ってたんだ。どこの病院かは知ってるよな。
ごめんなさい。それはちょっと知りませんけど。でもケイちゃん、それが一体。
単刀直入に聞きたいんだ。シオンはいつ村長に打ち明けたんだ。
Busted.
どこでいつ。大雑把でいいから教えてほしいんだ。
ケイちゃん、なんでそんなことを。
Very good, Keiichi Maibara. You know who I am, don't you? Yeah, listen to this. She's like sobbing and being like, no, please believe me. But inside she's just like, oh, he's good. Like she is an actual sociopath.
ありえな
Or
いんだよ。
psychopath.
村長が失踪した日、朝から消えるまでシオンには接触できる機会はありえないんだ。
そんな。
村長は朝一で誰にも内緒の大学病院へ一人で診察に出かけた。シオンは今この病院を知らないと言った。だから帰ってくるまで村長と接触することはできないはずだ。そうだろう。帰りの電車が事故で遅れたので自宅に帰ってきたのは会合の始まる直前だった。つまり会合が始まるまでの時間にも打ち明ける時間的余裕はないんだ。シオンも一緒に会合に出たのか、そして会合の席上で打ち明けたのか。ここで打ち明けなきゃもう時間がないもんな。会合が終わった後、村長は帰宅途中で失踪するんだから。
You know what else? We enabled turn on choices at the start of this chapter, and we haven't not gotten a single one. I will choose the one that gets
実
Shion
は
killed.
介護にで。
あの日シオンが行くと言ったバイトすら君は欠勤してるんだ。もっと端的に言おう。君は俺と一緒に行った図書館以降誰にも目撃されていない。
ケイちゃん、
その時シオンは綿流しの翌日に失踪したんだ。
Kind of, yeah. Bingo, Chie-chan. I'm impressed.
大石さんは君がすでに失踪していると言っているんだ。でも
Maybe
シオン
Kasai
は
has been
こうして
doing
毎
that.
晩俺に電話をかけてきてくれた
Maybe
だ
he
ろう。
told Yuichi.
頼むシオン、俺が言ったことが間違ってるならそうだと言ってくれ。シオン、頼むから。
Corner me if you can throw fervor. Corner me so the demon inside can't come up with excuses so that it can't escape.
シオン、お前は村長に会ってなんかないんだ。もし会ったとしたなら
The only time I could possibly have seen him on that day was...
村長が会合を終えた後、すなわち失踪する直前、もしくは失踪してからしかありえないんだ。
Click. I screeched and screeched with laughter, then slammed down the phone. Very good, Kate-chan. That's right, it's me. I'm the one. Hurry and corner me. Hurry, let me be free. If you really want to be free, you could take your life right the heck now. You don't have to kill Keiichi as well. You're just evil. Was he going to tell the police, or was he going to come here by himself? I wondered which it would be. If the police came, I'd struggle as much as I was able. I'd see how good Oishi would be at catching a demon. If Kei-chan came here alone, that wouldn't be very smart of him. Yeah, but he's an idiot! He can't complain about being eaten by a demon then. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him gruesomely while Shion watches. Therefore, Kei-chan, you shouldn't hold back. I only ever thought you were just a funny guy. I never thought I could expect so much from you. We can't have 4 more sets of tips afterwards. There's not enough plot left.